Hi everyone, Edgar Giffenig here. Today we're going to talk about tactics, and I'm going to help you beat an opponent that attacks the net. So here we go. If somebody attacks the net, this is what you need to do. Number one, make sure you stay relaxed and watch the ball. A lot of times when somebody attacks the net, they win the point because the passer just misses a shot. So you don't want to be that guy. You want to make sure that you're making your passing shot. And in order to do that, you have to stay relaxed and you have to make sure you're watching the ball and you're not watching your target. So if somebody comes to the net, make up your mind where you're going to hit your passing shot and then just focus on the ball. Number two, make the opponent play. Just like I said before, you don't want to give the opponent free points just by coming in. You want to make sure that he or she volleys to win the point. So don't try to pass them straight. I know it's called a passing shot, but you don't really want to pass them. You want to just stretch them. You want to make them play. Number three, take the ball early. When at the net, if you have a lot of time to move, you're going to be able to volley comfortably. When you're stretched, when you're rushed, that's when you're in trouble. So if somebody attacks the net and you're way behind the baseline, they're going to have a lot of time to move and hit that volley. What you want to do is you want to hit that passing shot as close to the bounce as possible and as close to the baseline as possible. You want to take away the time of the volleyer. So take the ball early. Number four, this is very, very important. Move diagonally into the court after hitting a passing shot. Usually, the goal should be to pass the opponent on the second shot, not the first shot. You use the first shot to stretch them, to force them, and then you move into the court and take that second shot early. And that's when you take time away from them. You don't have to hit the ball that hard, and you have a much better chance of passing them. So hit that passing shot, move into the court, and wait for that short ball. Number five, use offensive lobs to keep the opponent off the net. If your opponent is able to get really close to the net and you never really hit a lob, then it's going to be very difficult to force them. An opponent that is close to the net is going to hit high volleys and it's going to cut off the angles. The closer to the net they are, the harder it is to pass them with a passing shot. So make sure that you hit some lobs to back them off the net, then you can start hitting passing shots again. Number six, use high defensive lobs when forced. Sometimes the opponent is going to attack you with a very hard shot. You're going to be stretched. If you try to hit a passing shot, then you're most likely going to miss it or give them an easy shot. So what you want to do is you want to get out of the defensive and try to get the point back to neutral. The best way to do that is you just hit the highest lob you can, aim at the middle of the court. What you want to do is you want to force the opponent to let the ball bounce so that you have time to recover. So whenever you're forced and you cannot really hit a nice passing shot, hit the highest lob you can hit and force the opponent to back off, let it bounce, and then you have time to recover to the middle of the court and have a shot at winning that point. Number seven, make the opponent play when returning an overhead. What happens a lot of time? The opponent attacks you, you hit a lob, they're kind of forced, they hit a weak overhead, and then you're surprised that suddenly you're ahead in the point. You're so happy that you just blast the ball and usually into the net or out. So if you're able to get back into the point with a lob and the next shot, just get it in again and get the point back to neutral and start playing from there. Number eight, Use mostly cross-court passing shots on key points. Why is this? If I hit the shot cross-court, the best volley from the opponent is going to be down the line. That means parallel to the sideline. If I hit the passing shot down the line, they can hit the volley cross-court and angle it off the sideline and off the court. So I'm going to have to run a lot farther to return that cross-court volley than to return that down the line volley. So if I want to stay in the point, hitting that cross-court passing shot, it's going to give me a better chance for me to stay in the point, and it's going to force the opponent to hit down the line away from me instead of that cross-court that's going to be a lot tougher to get. Number 9. Low is better than hard. Like I said before, the first instinct when somebody comes to the net is to try to blast it past them. Really, if you don't have a shot, if you are forced, if you don't really have an opening, just keep the ball low. If you keep the ball low, they're going to have to volley up to you, and then maybe you create an opportunity. If you try to blast the ball past them, you're probably going to miss it, or you're going to give them a higher ball. So low is better than hard. And number 10, consider the body shot. A lot of times when somebody attacks us, we're always thinking about hitting around them. But a very effective shot is just hitting the ball right straight to them. First of all, it's a very uncomfortable volley for them. And second of all, they don't really have any angles. So hitting the ball right at your opponent is a pretty smart play. Well, these are basically 10 ideas that are really going to help you when somebody attacks you and comes to the net. I am sure you're going to find several of them useful. Try them next time that you're on the court. Thank you and happy tennis.